Hey everyone, so today's digital assignment is called a Would You Rather. This is not your specific assignment. This is just a quick example to kind of show you how I want your digital assignment to look. So if you notice, we've got a little picture in the middle that helps us with our Would You Rather, and then we have an option A and an option B. So it's talking about pizzas. Option A is order your 3 pizzas on separate checks. That means we've got 1 check, 2 check, 3 check, each with a separate pizza. But if we buy 1 pizza, it's 10% off that 1 pizza. On the other hand, option B is we order 3 pizzas on 1 check and then we just split the cost. So it's basically like you and 2 of your friends, so 3 people total, are going to a restaurant and trying to figure out what would be the best deal. What would we rather do? Because if we buy 3 pizzas on the same check, then we get 30% off and then we can split that price. So we kind of have to figure out what would be the better deal, which makes me think of unit rate, which is something that we've been doing recently. So would you rather? It does not give us a price for 1 pizza. So I'm just going to say that 1 pizza equals $12. Okay, I made this up. I did not get this from the problem. So like on your assignment today, if there is a number that you need, you can kind of make it up as long as it's consistent throughout your problem. You're just trying to prove what you think would be the better deal or which one you would rather do. You're trying to justify it. So this is my justification. This is where I'm getting this information. So 1 pizza costs $12. Option A is I'm ordering it on 3 separate checks. So I'm just going to solve for 1 check because that would be how much 1 friend pays. And we're trying to figure out what would be cheaper for each of our friends. So 1 pizza costs $12. If I'm trying to figure out what 10% off would be, I'm going to use our ratio part over whole equals percent over 100. So when I fill in these blanks, 1 whole pizza costs $12. I'm trying to figure out what 10% off would be, and your percent always goes over 100. So we're trying to figure out what this part would be. What part are we going to take off of our total? So if we do our fish method, 12 times 10 divided by 100, 12 times 10 is 120. So then I divide by 100. When I divide by 100, all I have to do is move my decimal over 2 places to the left. So that means 10% off would be $1.20. So to figure out what my check would end up being, I'm going to have to do 12 minus that $1.20. That'll give me a 0. I need to borrow a 1. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. And I'm left with just a 1. So my total cost over here for 1 pizza would be $10.80. So now in a different color over here, I'm going to try to figure out what option B would be. 1 pizza still equals $12 because if I'm trying to be fair, I need to use the same measurements. So 1 pizza is $12. But on this one, I'm ordering 3 pizzas on the same check. So first I have to figure out what my total check would be, which would be 12 times 3. That would give me 36. Now I can use the same proportion that I did over here, part over whole equals percent over 100. This time though, my percent is different, and so is my total. My total, or my whole, is $36, and the percent now is 30 because we ordered 3 pizzas on the same check. So my percent would be 30, and that always goes over 100. I'm going to do the fish method again. So 36 times 30 divided by 100. 36 times 30 is 1,080. and then I divide that by 100. Same thing, I just move the decimal over 2 places. So then it would be $10.80 off of my total price of 36. So I'm going to need to subtract again. So 36 minus $10.80. That'll give me a 0. I need to borrow. I'll make that a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 5 minus 0 is 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So in this part, we could stop. However, all 3 friends are splitting the cost, which means that I would have to divide this by 3 to figure out exactly how much each person is going to pay. So 25.20 divided by 3, split into 3. 3 cannot go into 2, but 3 can go into 25 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. So I'll subtract. I'm left with 1. I've got a decimal, so I need to bring that up. 3 cannot go into 1, so I'm going to bring down that 2. 3 can go into 12 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12, and I'm left with 0. But I still have a 0 right here that I have to do something with, so it's just going to go straight up. Now, I have found out that each person would only have to pay $8.40 for a pizza, for their pizza, if we put it all on the same check and split it. So in my opinion, based on the math and the proportions that I set up, I would choose option B. You might want to do option A if you did your math differently, or if you set it up in a different way, and that's fine. As long as you're using math to explain and prove why you would rather have one option versus the other, that's okay with me. On the assignment for today, you have 2 options. The first option is to type it out into words to explain what you did to choose your option. If it were me, I would say that I used proportions, part over whole equals percent over 100, to determine the total cost of one pizza per person. After I did the math and split the check in option B, I found out that it would be cheaper for us for option B because it would only be $8.40 per person, where in option A, it would be $10.80 per person. So that's one way that you can do it. You can type out a sentence or 2 explaining what you did and how you figured out your answer. And if you could, I would love to see you use some of those awesome math vocabulary words that we've been using lately, like proportions, ratios, percents. Let's say you can use fish method, cross multiplying, butterfly method, any of those. And I did give you a word bank, so you can use that as a reference too. The other option that I would be okay with is if you want to work it out like I did right here on notebook paper, I would be okay if you took a picture of all of your work, including like which answer you went with. So I would want to see like I chose option B, just to make sure it's very clear which one you're choosing. But if you wanted to take a picture of this and upload that as your discussion post, that is perfectly okay with me, as long as I'm seeing all of your math, all of the work very clearly with your answer. You do also need to respond to at least one other person's response. Make sure that we're being nice and courteous to others, even if you think that they got it wrong. Don't just say you're wrong. explain why they got it wrong, or use math to prove why they're wrong. This video is just an example. This is not your assignment. So please make sure that you go to the daily announcements for this week. Scroll down to either Thursday or Friday, whichever day that we're meeting, and click the link for the digital assignment, Would You Rather?